It feels like Apple is moving in total silence, quietly preparing something massive. Not flashy, not loud, but something that could completely redefine what a laptop can do. For months now, a pattern has been emerging. Strange build numbers in Apple's developer code, cryptic model identifiers showing up in macOS beta firmware, and even unexplained production slowdowns at Apple's factories. All these signs are pointing toward one major moment: the arrival of the M5 MacBook Pro, Apple's next big leap in personal computing. But here's the twist. Unlike most launches that come with hype and fanfare, this one feels different. It feels quiet, almost too quiet. And that's exactly how Apple likes it. Because every time the company goes silent, it's usually hiding something extraordinary. Think about it. Before the M1 chip dropped in 2020, there were only whispers. Before the M2 Pro, no one even knew Apple was months ahead of schedule. And before the M4 Pro was unveiled, subtle breadcrumbs in code told us what was coming long before the keynote ever happened. Now, those same breadcrumbs are back. Inside the latest macOS developer beta, researchers discovered a new internal identifier, J704, which doesn't match any known MacBook model currently on the market. According to trusted insiders, that ID points directly to a MacBook Pro running Apple's unreleased M5 processor. That's not just a rumor, that's a digital footprint. And if you followed Apple for a while, you know this is how their biggest launches always begin: quietly, strategically, and full of subtle hints hidden in plain sight. But what makes the M5 MacBook Pro such a big deal? Let's rewind for a second. When Apple introduced the M1 chip, it didn't just make a faster Mac, it redefined the laptop industry. Overnight, Apple proved that custom silicon could outperform Intel's best chips while using a fraction of the power. Then came the M2, refining performance and GPU speed. The M3 introduced 3nm architecture. And the M4, a monster of efficiency, pushed AI computing forward in ways no one saw coming. But the M5? That's where things go from evolution to revolution. According to early reports, the M5 chip is based on a second-generation 3nm architecture with improved transistor density, better thermal design, and far more advanced neural engine performance. This isn't just about faster apps or smoother animations. This is about creating a laptop that can think, adapt, and create alongside the user. Developers. Testing early builds describe it as AI computing that feels invisible. Imagine opening Final Cut Pro and watching your Mac automatically detect highlights in your footage, or Logic Pro suggesting the perfect audio filters based on your voice profile. This is what Apple calls Apple Intelligence, and the M5 MacBook Pro is built to run it natively, with minimal battery drain. Apple has reportedly doubled the number of neural cores, from 16 in the M4 to 32 in the M5, enabling up to double the AI throughput. That means real-time translation, image generation, background removal, and even advanced content creation, all on device. No internet needed. Now let's talk about the design, because that's where Apple's strategy gets interesting. Sources close to the supply chain suggest that Apple is not changing the exterior drastically this year. The M5 MacBook Pro will keep its premium aluminum unibody, the stunning mini LED Liquid Retina XDR display, and the same port configuration we've seen in the M4 generation. Why? Because the company is saving its big visual overhaul, the one with the rumored OLED touchscreen MacBook Pro, for 2026 or 2027. Samsung Display is already developing new hybrid OLED touch panels for Apple that promise ultra-high contrast, better power efficiency, and multi-touch integration. So yes, the future MacBook may finally be touch-capable. But for now, Apple's focus is all about what's inside, and that's where the M5 chip truly shines. Built using TSMC's enhanced 3nm Plus process, the chip promises up to 25 to 30% faster performance than the M4, while maintaining even lower thermal output. That means you can edit 8K video, 3D render complex scenes, or run massive AI models, all while the fans stay silent and the laptop remains cool. One Apple engineer reportedly described the M5 chip as the quietest powerhouse we've ever built. Now here's where things get even more fascinating. According to logistics trackers, Apple's component suppliers in Taiwan and Malaysia have already begun shipping key M5 parts, including logic boards, heat pipes, and battery units, to final assembly lines in China. This aligns perfectly with the timeline for a late October or early November 2025 release, just before the holiday shopping rush. That could also explain why current M4 MacBook Pro models are suddenly harder to find, with longer delivery times and fewer configurations available in Apple's online store. It's classic Apple, clearing shelves in silence before introducing something new. Now, what about the different variants? Traditionally, Apple releases 3 models: the base M series, the M Pro, and the M Max. But this year, analysts believe Apple might stagger the release. First, the base M5 MacBook Pro could launch in late 2025. Then, in early 2026, we'll likely see the M5 Pro and M5 Max models designed for professional creators and developers. This strategy keeps hype alive for months and allows Apple to dominate tech headlines multiple times with one product family. And let's not forget the battery. Apple is reportedly testing a new lithium polymer cell with greater density and heat tolerance. Combined with the M5's power efficiency, early testing suggests battery life could exceed 18 hours, potentially the longest ever seen on a MacBook Pro pair that with a new midnight titanium finish, improved speakers, and subtle display enhancements. And you've got a product that feels familiar but performs on another level entirely. So what does this mean for everyday users? If you're a casual user, the M4 is still incredibly fast. But if you're a professional video editor, developer, or someone who needs serious AI horsepower, the M5 MacBook Pro could be a game changer. Imagine exporting 4K footage in seconds, generating graphics on the fly, or editing podcasts with AI-driven noise removal in real time, all offline, all securely on your device. That's the promise of the M5 generation. Power that works with you, not against you. And let's be clear, this isn't about competing with Intel or AMD anymore. Apple's already surpassed them in most performance per watt benchmarks. The real race now is between Apple and itself. How much more power and intelligence can they fit into a laptop this thin, this silent, and this efficient? Apple's upcoming macOS updates are also being built around this new hardware philosophy, emphasizing smarter, faster, and more intuitive workflows powered by Apple Intelligence. And that's why insiders are calling the M5 the foundation of the next decade of MacBooks. So yes, the exterior may look the same, but under the hood, this laptop could usher in a new era of computing, one where your MacBook doesn't just run software, it understands it. To sum it up, launch window: late 2025 to early 2026 processor 3nm plus Apple. M5 with 32-core neural engine battery life. Over 18 hours estimated price, starts around $199 design, similar to M4 Pro, with new color and display tweaks. Goal: complete AI and efficiency dominance. Apple may not make noise, but its silence is strategic. Because behind that silence, a storm is building. Every hidden clue, from supply chain leaks to macOS code traces, points toward one undeniable truth. The M5 MacBook Pro is real. It's coming, and it's about to change the game again.